the next UFC featherweight title challenger. Who's it going to be? Bam! This man right here.
God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I get it. Right now, you're probably thinking, screw this. I'm not even going to watch the rest of this video. I don't like Aljamain Sterling. I understand a lot of people don't like Aljo. I understand a lot of POW fans don't like Aljo. And I understand a lot of Russian mixed martial arts fans don't like Aljo. By the way, if you're a Russian mixed martial arts fan, I just want to say this right now, probably really going to end up hating Aljo pretty shortly here because he's about to leapfrog another Russian featherweight for the title shot. Before I start, big caveat, this all depends if Volkanovski ends up winning his next title fight against Topuria. Why is Volkanovski winning a huge factor? Well, I'm about to explain it to you right now. In a recent interview, Aljamain Sterling explained how he feels that with an impressive win over Calvin Kattar, he could be next up in line for a title shot and he can kind of leapfrog the entire division. I saw a lot of people laughing at him and not taking him seriously, but I'm here to tell you, don't laugh at that. This is actually a very, very big possibility, especially, like I said, if Volkanovski ends up winning. Assuming Volkanovski is still the champion after he fights Topuria, let's look at the rankings and face the reality as to why Aljamain Sterling could be next. You have Max Holloway right here. You have Yair Rodriguez. You have Topuria, who Volk would have theoretically beaten. You have Brian Ortega, Movsar Evloev, Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett, Calvin Kattar, Giga Chikadze, Bryce Mitchell. What do you notice about some of these rankings, especially at the upper part of the rankings? Max Holloway, who Volk has already beat 3 times. Yair Rodriguez, who Volk has already beat. Ilia Topuria, who Volk would have already beaten. Brian Ortega, who Volk would have beaten. And then we have Movsar Evloev. Now, this is what I mentioned, that Russian fans might get really, really upset that not only did Aljamain Sterling take the belt from Petr Yan, well, now he might actually leapfrog another Russian fighter. After Evloev's fight with Arnold Allen, Dana White in the post-fight press conference stated how he was very disappointed and thought that the fight versus Allen and Evloev was very, very boring. Now, it was kind of weird, as you all know, like we had that shitty-ass co-main event. For some reason, Dana didn't call that out. But this fight, which wasn't too bad, he called boring as hell. So you can say that Evloev is kind of in Dana White's bad side right now. So when that happens, somebody else with an impressive victory could get a title shot. Now you see what I'm cooking, okay? You see what I'm cooking, all right? So let's look at this, okay? Calvin Kattar right here is ranked number 8. Aljamain Sterling is not ranked. This is his first fight. If he goes out there and beats Kattar with an impressive performance, he can just end up leapfrogging everybody. Josh Emmett, we know he'll probably end up leapfrogging. Arnold Allen, coming off a loss. Evloev, who's on Dana White's bad side right now, could just leapfrog over him. Plus, Evloev doesn't really have much of a name. Do you see what I mean? Not many options. So if Aljamain goes out and beats Kattar, especially if it's impressive, he's leapfrogging everybody. So if you're a fan of any of these guys, or you dislike Aljo, that sucks for you, because there's a good chance if Aljo wins and if Volk wins, they are fighting this year. And also think about it, the UFC can market it as, while Aljamain might not be a big draw, a former bantamweight champion, moving up in weight, had a win at featherweight against Kattar, who's a legit guy, and now he's facing Volk, and while it's not champion versus champion, it's a former champion who's still in his prime, facing one of the best featherweights ever and the featherweight champion. That's a fight I'm interested in seeing. If Aljamain beats Kattar and he looks impressive, I want to see that fight. Would I rather see Volk versus Aljo or Volk versus Evloev? Me personally, I'm taking Aljo. Now that is if he can even get past Kattar. Beating Kattar, not going to be easy. The UFC definitely didn't give him an easy match on his first fight up. We know Kattar is tough, durable, experienced, well-rounded, really good striking, really good power, can go 5 rounds if need be. As we know, Kattar's coming off of 2 losses, one being to Josh Emmett and then one being to Arnold Allen right here, which ended in an injury and it was unfortunate. But I think that the UFC, while they're giving Aljo a tough matchup, they're also giving him a matchup that I do think is a bit favorable to him. Calvin Kattar, while still tough, coming off of these 2 losses, and some could potentially argue, you can say he's towards a later stage of his career. Not washed, but maybe towards the later stage of his career. We know he's probably not going to be a title challenger or be a champion. But for Aljo, this is a good first test. Kattar's durable, but I think that if Aljo comes with the right game plan, especially with the grappling, with his newfound size and strength, and now him not having to cut those 10 extra pounds, I do think this is a winnable fight for him. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, if Sean O Malley can knock out Aljo, why couldn't Kattar just do the same thing? I think one of the problems that you're assuming is that Calvin Kattar can move and strike at angles similarly to Sean O Malley. They don't have the exact same striking style. We've seen both of them strike. Their style is not the exact same. Plus, I do think that Aljo while I don't know if this is an excuse or not, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for Aljo, I do think that when he says that he could have maybe taken a longer time to return and then train properly for O'Malley, I think there's some truth to that. With Kattar, he's going to be prepared. He's going to be able to game plan properly. This newfound size and strength. I have a suspicious feeling that when Aljo puts on a good performance, we might be saying, wow, Aljo should have been at 145 for a long, long time. I've been keeping track of Aljamain Sterling's physique heading into the fight, and as you guys can see, he's looking pretty big and thick. Now, I don't know how shredded he's going to look on fight night, because we know at 135, I really think him not cutting this extra 10 pounds is not just going to help his conditioning, but he's going to go in there like a bit of a tank. And we're going to see, I have a feeling, that really showing, especially in the grappling aspect, when we see him being able to maybe really throw around Calvin Kattar like other people haven't. Ultimately, these are just predictions though, so we'll see what happens. We have to see if Volk wins, we have to see how Aljo looks. I'm just predicting based off of some hypothesis I have. Like the video if you end up liking it, subscribe for more content similar to this. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think how Aljo's going to look at this weight class? Is he going to look good? Is he going to look bad? Is he going to run through Kattar? Do you think that he's going to leapfrog everybody else? We'll see. Catch you guys later. Peace.